Hello ladies and welcome to the Facebook party. Right now I'm going to talk to you about raising readers. It is so important to teach your children how to read and have them enjoy reading and be engaged in it. And one great way to do that is to read aloud to your child for at least 15 minutes every day. What do you need to read aloud? Books. That's why we're here, right? We have a ton of different collections of books. So this one happens to be illustrated stories for boys. There is an illustrated stories for girls. And for the record, they are getting rid of the title Boys and Girls as these books run out, and then we'll replace them with different things because some people don't like that, including me. But every collection has a ton of different stories in there. Some of them are unique to these, and other ones are originals. Sinbad the Sailor. There's John and the Green Troll. These are all original stories. We have classics. We have pirate books. We have ones that are based on fairy tales. Ones that are Grimm fairy tales for some of your more advanced readers. But they have great illustrations in here. They have this one in particular has lots of different types of stories to keep the kids interested. My son comes back to this again and again and again. He loves it, loves to repeat his favorites. There's some in here we still haven't read yet because there's so many, and they're very interesting and keep him engaged. We have collections of phonics stories, which is great because, it's always good to help those kids learn how to read. You can buy some phonics books individually, but of course it's always cheaper to buy kind of in bulk with your bigger books. Here there's a CD that the kids can listen to so that you don't have to always be here while you're helping them. The stories are cute and fun. Fat cat sees a bee. Fat cat flees up a tree. I don't like bees, yelps Fat Cat. They're cute. They're silly, which helps keep the kids involved because a lot of times the phonics books are not always that exciting. But there's a lot of your basic sounds are here as they begin to read those things. Another good way to raise readers is to play fun games with them that teach language skills. One way to do that, we have some books that do that very well. This is Muddle and Match Adventure. We also have Muddle and Match Imagine. And this here is Pete the Plucky Pirate pleads with Percy, his peculiar parrot, to prepare to paddle the Pacific. Full of alliteration. All kinds of fun wordplay that you can have with this book as you go on. And the coolest thing about this book is you can change the story. And the pictures change right with the story. So now we have Colin, the courageous cowboy, knows he will need to be nimble, eager to find the enormous emerald egg. They become really silly stories, and they have a ball flipping through and creating all kinds of different characters. And if you're in the stage where you're starting to writing, this could be great things to kind of do some writing prompts with that as well. There's a mouse about the house. Has this cute little mouse that will scurry through your story as you read it. And one nice thing about this, something new that's come out, is you actually can buy mice to replace when they get lost and things like that. They do have patterns on the back, so if you're handy, you can make them, but people like me would just need to buy them because I'm not very crafty. But you have your little mouse, and he scoots right in. And it says, a hungry mouse comes out one night to look for food. I'll try the kitchen first, thought the mouse, and disappeared through the crack in the floor. It scampers through the crack in the floor onto the next page. Oh no! Crumbs! That was close. I'll come back for the cheese later. And as cute as this is, and it keeps them engaged and helps keep focused, the mouse on every page goes from left to right. So you're starting that pre-reading skill of the kids following the words, following the sentences across the page, everything from left to right. You don't even have to talk about it. You don't have to do anything. You just let them read, let them move their mouse, follow the little directionary, and it's always going from left to right to help with that very important pre-reading skill. It's also very important to read books about their interests. My son loves the ocean. He can't get enough of the ocean. We read this book constantly. This is nonfiction. It's hard. You want to get them these nonfiction books when they're young, while they're still interested in nonfiction, before they, get bored with this kind of stuff. But we will read this over and over and over again. Usborne has won an award for their nonfiction books, because they really do everything they can to make them interesting and engaging. And one of the ways they do that is great, big, fun illustrations with a little bit of text on the page to help teach the kids about whatever it is. And flaps. These flaps are great because they just add to the story as they jump up and flip around and dive back in. And they're fun and they're engaging. On this page, the seahorses happen to be the size of actual seahorses. Obviously, the sharks were not. You can't do that everywhere. But where they can, they use the illustrations to help with all of those things and to tell the stories. And I don't know about anybody else, but my son loves anglerfishes. And they can add to the story in a unique way, too. This stripy eel is called a zebra eel. It's chasing an octopus. Lift the flap to see how the octopus gets away. Octopus, yum, yum. The octopus squirts a cloud of inky liquid. You can't see me now. Bye. When the inky cloud is gone, the octopus has escaped. It's cute, it's fun, and it's better than just normally reading the book. It definitely adds to it. We have kids that like dinosaurs. Now, these are our big books. And when I say big, you have your book, and it gets big. I have to move back because it's too big to fit in the page. But these are generally, the big books are all things that are big. You have your big book of big dinosaurs. We have big book of big trains, big book of big machines. There's a big book of stars and planets. And you have a kid that has an interest, most likely we have a book that can go with it, with big book of bugs. They're really fun. And again, there's some text on the page for the kids to learn and to learn about the different things that they're seeing. But they're huge pictures that just go on forever, and they're so much fun to look at. I actually set it in front of my baby to help encourage her me time because she doesn't like to do that so much. These are fantastic. There's You Choose and there's Just Imagine. And this right now is another one of my son's favorite books. In You Choose, imagine you could have anything you wanted. What sorts of things do you mean? Just turn the pages of this book and choose. If you could go anywhere, where would you go? And the illustrations in here, they're endless. I mean, we can read this book 10 times a day and never look at the same things. Say, oh, I want to go to the city, or I want to go to that island, or I want to go check out the waterfall. And they get excited and they talk about the real world and they talk about places they can go and do these things. And it's also another one where if your kids are starting to write, these are great writing prompts. They can start selecting things and doing things. Who would you like for family and friends? What kind of home would you choose? What would you put in your home? And they get really excited when they find things that are actually in their home. Would you travel with wheels or wings, or perhaps choose one of these other things? It's all really cool stuff and fun and engaging. My last tip for you today is, while reading, use funny voices and animal noises. I love this book, and I'm going to use this tip as an excuse to share this book because kids have nerves and are nervous about different things, and this kind of helps with that. Jonathan James and the What If Monster. Some what if monsters like to hang out and fill up our heads with worry and doubt. They are sneaky and quiet and quick as a blink. The words that they whisper can change how we think. Jonathan James heard those words full of dread, and all those what-ifs got stuck in his head. What if you tumble? What if there's wind? What if you slip and your knee gets all skinned? What if they giggle? What if it's chilly? What if you jump and look really silly? And then it goes on and different things about playing sports, and what if you go to draw a picture and everybody thinks it's silly, and oh no, trying new food, what if it's icky? Going to bed, what if it's dark? What if it's scary? What if there's something giant and hairy? Running a race, what if you don't win? What if approaching a new friend, what if she runs away or laughs at me? And then you get to the middle of the book and it says, now wait just a minute, I have something to say. After hearing what ifs all through the day, I hear all your worries, I hear all your claims. But what if you're wrong? Asked Jonathan James. What if I climb to the top of that tree and never slip or skin up a knee? And what if I jump right into that pool and everyone thinks I look really cool? And what if baseball is nothing but fun and I end up hitting a triple home run? So they go back through all of those scary what-ifs and make them all fun and exciting to help encourage your little kid who might be nervous to try new things. And just as a fun side thing, you can buy a what-if monster if you want. They're cute. He's become a bad guy in my son's superhero play because he's the bad guy telling bad what-if things. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed and got some good tips for raising a reader.